All right. It is 9:06 a.m. and my breakfast cleaning time. Got my sparkling ice. Things are good in the world for some of us, not so much for others. But I will be recapping us now. Um, it's funny saying. All right. Don't look at this. This is this is stupid. Don't look at that. Why is it still? Oh, there we go. Need to probably favorite this and unfavorite the other one. Okay. All right. Let's go. Where's the draft recap? Okay. Probably makes sense just to do it by team. Alrighty. Shabbat Shalom Holmes. Might want to start with him since he finished. I think he finished first. Did he? And he also started first. Maybe he's going in draft order. So let me pull up Yahoo rankings. Last year, it was nice to compare everything to the hashtag basketball rankings, but all right, so here they have the projected, the average. Um, what you'll notice with these is that, especially for the top guys, he's he's definitely worth more than 63, which is why the average is 85. I personally wouldn't have spent more than I don't want to spend more than just 70, like 5 on a single player in general. So I was ready to go up to 75 for him, which I knew I wouldn't get because Colin. I was ready to go up to 75 for Wimby, which when I saw Jokic go for 99, I knew I wasn't getting Wimby for 75. I was willing to go up to high 60s for both Shea and Luca. Um, but yeah, like 59. Like I like listed both Shea and Luca at 59, for example. I listed these two both at like around 68. I think I had them both because I just feel like they're kind of like these two are together. These two are kind of together, even though Shea's typically better for fantasy. And then Giannis I had is like a little bit under them. I feel like he's a clear tier five or in like the tier one players, or it's really like tier one tier one, and then tier two are these three. And then you got Ant and Cade are both similar. You got AD. AD is obviously high ceiling, but that injury floor and whatnot. Cat, Trey Young, Booker, like these are like Booker. I think is the end of the first round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I would probably take Booker over Cat in the first round. I don't know. I like Cat, but new system and all that. Anyways, if this was a snake. All right, going down to back to this. I should have thought about how I would do this first. Okay, Jokic 99. Obviously a ridiculous price. I mean, like, I feel like I was willing to spend no like up to 75 for a single player, and I could see Jokic being valued up to like I guess it says 85 is the average. I feel like 85 is still too high. I would like 83. I feel like it's tough for him to return like $99 for him to give you half of a team's value. Like that's just a crazy expectation. But of course he made a value, later on. Which is so that's what I noticed about this is that because of like my plan going into it was of course if I didn't get I really wanted Wimby, but if I didn't get Wimby or Luca, who of course I really like, then I was pretty much planning to go just the balance build. Like maybe Booker was actually my next target, and I meant to bid up a little bit more, some cheese there, but that's all right. Um, but Booker was going to be my next target because I feel like I could get some value on him because I felt like he was rated lower than how good I thought he would be on the year. Anyways, um, but so where I thought I would get value, I noticed that a lot of people who like I felt got scammed early on actually got like a shit ton of value because then they didn't spend any money for such a long time that once they did start spending money again, they were getting crazy value. Like, let's not talk about Draymond Green for 7. That was a joke. But Kobe White for 9 is great. Jalen Green for 6 is great. Zubats for 5 is good. I think he'll probably not be as good this year because there's Brooke Lopez now, but he'll still be good. Andrew Wiggins for 2 is great because, like, I mean, I don't really like think of him as like a good player. I'd feel happy drafting, but Miami's got no one, and he could be their, their best player, honestly. Tobias Harris, yeah, I mean he's all right. He's a good $2 player. Ingram, Westbrook for 2, bro. Westbrook's worth 0. I'm sorry, bro. How many guards do they have in Sacramento? I mean, he'll probably be fine, but he's a fine $1 pickup. I feel like he's worth 0, but he's a fine $1 pickup. 2, I was like, okay. Chris Paul, same thing. As like he could be an okay $1 pickup, but honestly, I feel like he's a waiver wire guy. Onyeka Okongwu, though, I think is still really good for 2. Like, I think this guy could have. I mean, people were down on him, and I understand why, but Grizzop says that some injury shit. But so I think that he'll still get some really good playing time. Asar Thompson too. I think that's good. Yeah, I like that. Overall, I can't really grade the teams. Okay, I'll do the grades at the end because like I need to look at the other teams in depth. But maybe I should have a little. How did I do it last year? MS Paint. I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna do MS Paint again. Let me. Mm, maybe Sheets. Um, okay. There we go. All right. And the next in the draft order was me, so I'll go my team. This is where I will probably do a little bit of talking about. Try to think. Should I save giving my thoughts on auction as a format till the end, or should I do it during? Because it's a little easy to talk about during mine because I know what was going through my head during this time. Maybe a little bit of both. Okay. Jalen Brown. So definitely going in. Like I said, I wanted to not spend too much on a single player. So that I could, so that when I saw you guys spending so much, I was like, okay, they're gonna have no money, so then I should be able to get like like deals on like all these guys, and end up getting like Jalen Brown. I've had the $26, so I got him for $3 value. J Dub, I had him as like 27, 28, so like $3, $4 value. Miles Turner, I had it like 20, 26, 27, and got him for 21. I was like, oh shit, I got like five to $6 out of that. Siakam I had at 28 and fucking got trolled, but 32 is not too bad to spend on him. And even in the grand scheme of things, like I know my team's projections, like Siakam does what my team wants. He gives me stats with bad percentages, and my team has shit percentages, but every other stat is like really, really like good. So he's really not bad for my team at all. Scotty Barnes, I forget what I had him valued at. I wish I could see. Let me see. Let me look in here. What Scotty goes for? Okay, they have. Oh, they have him at 32. Interesting. Yeah, I think I had him as like a $30 player that I was gonna go a little bit lower than that on, like 28, 29. But he um fuck you, Alex, getting Jalen Johnson for 27. And he's worth 40. Anyways, though. Or at least that's what they say. For Scotty Barnes. Yeah, I just saw him at like, I saw him in the 20s sitting there. So I started bidding on him. And then at like 24, I was like, okay, I'll bid him up to 25. And then like if I get him, I get him. If I don't, I don't end up getting him. Okay. I was like, that's good value, but now I'm starting to spend a lot of money and I don't really want it. Feel like I kind of wanted coming into it. I just like it's such a fun rookie archetype. Is that just like that tall, good, tall and good. So, but so I really wanted that. I wanted a piece of the flag, but he should be. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, bro. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I got 5 in a row, and then I also got Bam at 37 and Vooch at 40, bro. That's that's 7 in an 11 pick. um, what's it called? It doesn't matter. Anyways, though, at this point, no point guards. I didn't realize that that none of these guys had point guard eligibility because, like, I swear Scotty used to have it. I swear J Dub had it last year, and Jalen Brown I thought could have it because sometimes he plays point guard. I feel like I don't know. Anyways, though, not important. But so the positives of my team, I feel like all these guys, other than Siakam, I got for under what I valued them, and also typically under what ESPN valued them too, which I guess does matter for how people are spending money because a lot of people are using the ESPN rankings. So that was good. Then I get Bam. I think I had him as I don't remember. Let me just look up Bam where he's at. Let's see on this page. I feel like he should be on this page. Okay, he's at the top of this page. 27. Yeah, I think I had him around like more like 25, but when I saw him, at 20, I was like, okay, or at 18, I was just like, okay, I feel like Bam shouldn't be in the team, so I bid on him and like I guess I got him. I mean, I got a lot of things at this point, so he definitely helps my team. He gives me what I want, and actually, like I said, I'm not good at percentages, so for a center, he gives you a lot of some good stats, but he's not good at percentages, so not bad. Vooch, same thing, bro. I was like, I don't want Vooch, but I had him listed at $20. ESPN had him listed at like $23 or something. Let me see what they have him on Yahoo. And I was just like, I can't just like, why would I just? Oh, his shit here is at 18, so maybe this is, but these are just random projections. Fuck you, Brad. Fucking $5 for $23 player. Fuck you. I'll get into that later though. All right. Anyways, though, yeah. I mean, like in a vacuum, I felt like De'Aaron for 13, very good value. Tyler Hero for 4 is amazing value. Like when I got this, I was like, oh shit, I didn't expect to get it. But and then $3 to $1 players, which is like a standard. I think you should always have like around 3 $1 players. Sometimes you get a little bit more, and that's okay. Yeah. Overall, my team. Um, I mean, it's projected number one. Like we don't projected number one doesn't really mean a lot. um, maybe I should start giving some grades. I mean, I feel like it's a solid B plus. Collins, I would give probably C minus, but might change that as we go on. Next was Brad, if I remember correctly. I don't remember the order though, so maybe I shouldn't even do order. I'll just go like this. So we'll do Calvin next. Because I just remember it's Brad and then Calvin, and then after that, I'm not sure the order of the draft nominations, but it doesn't really matter. We're not. Yeah. All right, bro. This is too much. Same thing, bro. I mean, like it's fine. You could always spend too much on a player and make up for it. I think Giddy is a good pairing. But and like the thing is, Giddy's projections are like really good. I just don't like. He's someone that I don't want to get though for that price. Well, 31. I think he's definitely worth more than this. Like I would have spent up to like 37, 38 on him, and 46. But like 46 was like I think where he's like going for a lot in on ESPN, so that makes sense. That's fine. Maxi, I think this is like given the room, that's fine. Um, Joel Embiid, I think this is fine. Like he honestly could be good. I have no idea, but I feel like it's definitely possible. Chet for 24 is definitely good. I hate Michael Porter Jr. and I think he's gonna fucking be tanking on the Nets. So they're great. Like even if he's good, they're gonna. Well, first off, he's only gonna give you like boards and maybe steals and points and threes. I guess decent, good percentages too, typically. But honestly, if he's chucking shit up on the Nets, his field goal might tank. But anyways, he's a fine like 1 to 2, maybe $3 player. 6, I think is too much, but it doesn't really matter that much at that point. But like if you said Jamal Murray for 6 or Michael Porter for 6, I would have put on 7 on Jamal Murray, just to see, just to see if I get that any day. Mikhail, I think for 3, that's solid. I mean, I don't think he's great, but he gets you some stuff. RJ Barrett. Yeah, he's good. I like RJ Barrett. Santi Aldama is good. Benedict Mathurin should be good. Steph Castle, Kyrie. I mean, it says January 1st. I don't even know if I trust that. It might even be more like February. But at least that's what people are saying, based on how those injuries usually work in the NBA. Drew Holiday, great. I mean, I love this pick. I think you have some really good bro. Your snake picks, your $1 picks are good, but I'm not a big fan of Sabonis at all. I would have spent like max 30 on him, so to see him 56. I mean, I guess that's just what he kind of was going for. Would have been nice to see Alex get him when he accidentally bid 50 on him. Because that guy is a demon, of course, but no hate, all love. I think I'm not trying to be critical though. I know you'll stream. I know you'll be good eventually. I can totally see you making the playoffs or something. But if I were to rank this team, gotta look away. uh, Probably give it a D plus. Either that, yeah, because I feel like it's worse than Collins' team, but kind of a similar area. I like low key. I don't know. I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't. I don't. Yeah. All right. This one. Here we go. This will be a fun one to talk about, bro. Oh wait, I don't even need. What am I doing? Here, I'll put it here. Um, Shingun, Shinguner. Yeah, I feel like that's his value. I think people said he went low. I think well, that's the thing is though, give it like value's got to adjust. Like I'm looking at a projection, it really doesn't mean shit because Jokic went for 99, so then everything just is completely different. Um, Everything I remember in my research or like listening to like how auction drafts work is like a lot of times if Jokic goes really high or Wimby, whoever like the first pick is, because normally one of them will be like nominated first, then like all the top players, like all like probably much there's a tier break after Harden. So like all these players will go really high. Sabonis. Oh yeah, like look at Sabonis. They're projecting him at 31 and 43 is his average. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, after like all these guys will go a lot higher. Like this guy 47, he go for like 52, which is actually not much higher. Book, bro, I'm blown. I should have fucking been on him more. I swear I did. Anyways, though, we'll get into that later. But like Book typically would have gone higher. He actually didn't really go higher than his average of 46, which is crazy. Um, but yeah, that's just kind of how it works. But then after these guys go higher, maybe these guys too can go a little bit higher. Especially like Amen uh, and Brunson. Yeah, I mean, it seems like in ours group it stopped at Amen going higher. And I don't think Mobley went higher. Whoever got Mobley got him for a steal. I didn't realize he was predicted like this. But anyways, actually, I mean, in my own projections, I had him lower. I think so. I don't know if I trust that. Whatever. The point is, these ones go higher, but then like after that, people have so much less money that like naturally everyone else is lower. Um, and I'll talk about the strategy later and where I think I fumbled that opportunity. But yeah, I overall that's all to say. Like this is to me, this is at his value. What do they have it listed at again? 35. Yeah, like and he goes for 39 typically, so that's his value. I'd say but given the draft, I feel like that's good value because at this point people are going pretty high. But this is when they started to cool off because I got Jalen Brown a little bit lower too. All right, then you got Book. Fuck you, fuck ESPN, fuck auction. No, I loved it, but yeah, 46 is. I mean, given that's where he belongs. I think like if you were to like look at it like from a pre-draft standpoint, but given what was happening in the draft, this is a great steal in my opinion. I think KD at 46 is also pretty good given the circumstances of the draft, but like I have less concerns with Booker with like missing games and all that. And I feel like he's just going to be great in Phoenix with like no one else there unless they tank. But I don't think they're going to do that because they have like none of the draft picks or some shit. Oh wait, no, I think did they get the draft picks back with the KD trade? That's probably what happened. Anyways, though, um, D Mitch 37, solid. I don't know what he's ranked at, but I think that's about where I would pay for him. 41. So you even got him at a little discount. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that. being a little discount. Brunson, another one. Fuck you. I swear I was bidding on him a little bit more. I think though at this point, yeah, I was a little bit hesitant because I was like, oh shit, I just I guess got five fucking players in a row and used most of my budget. So I think I had like $70 at this point. I don't know. I won't do the math now. Maybe a little bit less, but uh I was like, yeah, I wanted to bid him up more, but I also was kind of getting worried. That's why I was hesitating, and then at the last second, I pressed bid, and then didn't go through. But that's life. Um, Great value at 24, like considering what everyone else is going for. Jalen Johnson, fuck you. It says he's gonna be a $40 player. I mean, I had him more at like mid 30s, like $36, I think, but that's still like a almost a $10 value on him. So fuck you. It's okay. That's why, like, I feel like, bro, your strategy worked perfectly because you got a good player for a good price, like a tier one player, or like not tier one, but like or like a round one player, for a good price. But then you still got so much value on these good players. Whereas I think I rushed the gun a little bit, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But um, anyways, Kawhi 7, I think that's solid. I mean, unless his contract gets dissolved and he's banned from the NBA or some shit. But even then, you only lose $7 if that happens, and I don't think that's gonna happen. Jakob Pertl, with no fucking R's in his name, but it's pronounced Pertl. $5. Yeah, that's definitely solid. I remember having him last year. He's an interesting guy. It was interesting to see like him getting so much hype because I'm like, damn, I drafted him in the hundreds last year, and I guess he was pretty good, but like, I still have reservations with a guy like that. But $5, yeah, take it any day. Brandon Miller too. I think he'll be very solid. I mean, especially for what your team is doing. You got a lot of guard stats. Is what you want. You probably, excuse me, probably don't care about too much about field goal percentage, so you'll be fine with him chucking, and I think he'll be pretty good. Other than the fact that he's on the Charlotte Hornets, and they might fucking just same as the Grizzlies, just be shit at report. They're just like the second worst team at reporting injuries and like tanking and just listing players out for no reason. Mark Williams, Phoenix Suns. I think this is a great. Like I had him as like a $10 player. It's funny how people have different perceptions of players, but like if I type in Mark, they have him at $13, and his average is 8. So like, also whoever got Lowry, they projected for 18. He probably won't be there in the playoffs. So, anyways, though, Mark Williams, a good value right there. Jimmy Butler, yeah, $5 fucking. I had him as like a $22 player, I think. So 5 is insane. Like that would be pretty much like if I like the value I felt like I got with Bam. I feel like they're similar. I'd rather have Bam than Jimmy, but they're close enough in value. To see you get him for a fourth of what I paid is sickening. Shaden Sharp, fuck you. This one it went through at the last second. I hate you. Anyways, all love. But yeah, Shane Sharp, $2, bro. I was like so shocked when he was gonna go for $1 for me. I mean, like let me look in. Like he's projected 12, so the fact that I mean that would have been a robbery if I got him for 1, but it's a robbery you got him for 2 as well. Aiden, $6. Yeah, he's another guy. I think I listed him at like $10, $11. Very good. And Vassell is, I mean, with $1, that's as good as you're gonna get. Like that's makes sense. All right. Definitely your team is an A. I think looking at it now, I wonder you. I think might have the best team, or in my opinion. I guess I'll look at Brad's before giving you an A plus. I'll put it at an A plus is the highest. We're not doing S. Anyways, here, wait, let me put this down. Brad, bro, Shea. When I saw $78, I was like, "Fuck, no, that's so much money." But then you made up for value later. Like Shea and Harden, though, I was like, "Holy shit!" He spent so much money on the same first two players he had last year. But then you got Bade for value. Porzingis, once again, fuck you. He's worth 4 times that much. You got Jamal Murray worth 4 times that much. Franz, I think it's about that spot. I mean, like the thing is, I feel like he could be up to like 20, but value. Like he could, but he also like there's question marks around him with Desmond Bain usage and with other. He has ups and downs. I like I had him and twice I think. and he's really fun and then, like, he'll just have, like, a month where he, like, doesn't hit a single 3, and then that also makes his percentages and point scoring worse, and is fucking annoying, but maybe he's over that. I really have no idea because he's also had months where he's, like, a top 20 player, so I don't know. Miles Bridges, 21 7 days, 7 nights, 21 days on it. I forget what the song is. Comment, please comment. Um, but yeah, $6 is definitely good value. I think at this point in the draft, though, like seeing other guys that went for $6, like he's not Jamal Murray, he's not other guys. I remember you didn't really want him. You just were like, you thought Colin was going to get him for like higher, so you wanted to make Colin spend more. Um, Walker Kessler, yeah, I mean that's definitely good value at 7. Jared Allen, I actually think this is like around what he's worth. He can be good, but he can also just be shit for instances. Like I've had like 20 board games. Like I've had a week where I got like 60 boards from him. I've had a week also where I got like 8. So he's he can be pretty inconsistent for a center, but overall he's still, good. Um, he also though is like a free throw terrorist, but that shouldn't matter because you have James Harden and Shea Gilbert Alexander. Um, John Collins, $1 great. Isaiah Hartenstein, $3, amazing value. Ware, Cam Thomas. Ware is great. I think Cam Thomas is gonna get you points, and he's gonna fucking be tanking on the Nets. So then there's also times where he's not gonna, he's just gonna be out for a while or whatever. I'll give you an A. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back. I do personally really like Alex's team. I know Mike said that he felt like yours is better, but this is my video. I'm gonna give Alex the A+ here. I'm gonna keep myself at B+. I feel like there's a tier break, but I might move myself up to A- depending on Mike's team, who I think is probably the next best. But we'll have to wait for that till the end. Codeine Cowboys, bro. Next year you gotta be at the draft. You got fucking 2 retired players. That's just sickening. I mean, Wimby. I'm surprised that auto drafted Wimby up to set 87. I can't. That can't be what he was list. I mean, like when I looked at like initially, he was like listed as like a. I think he was listed at $68 on ESPN. So I wonder if it went up to the average draft, like average auction value. If for 87, I wonder if that's what happened. Same with Ant, maybe that's what happened. I have no fucking idea because 87 is a lot. But then again, I mean, I'd rather spend 87 on Wembanyama than 99 on Jokic, but I would also rather just do neither. Wimby, I really wanted. I was willing to go up to like 75, maybe even a little higher. After like once I saw the Jokic amount, I was like, maybe I should go higher. But then 87, I'm not. I would not spend $80 on a single player. So like, I would have gone up to like maybe 77, 78. But yeah, that's just so much. But hey, it is easy. He could be the MVP this year. Who knows? Anyways, Ant 58. I mean, that's solid. I had him as like I had him and like all the guards like Cade, Trey Young. I had them all in like around the same area of like $45, like at the top with like Ant to like $43 worth with Trey. And that's pre-draft, of course. Once things start going crazy, these guys jump up in value. I think it's still a little too high, but it's fine. I mean, you didn't really draft, so I don't know why I'm analyzing this so much. It's just fucking auto draft. LeBron James 34 is fucking horrible. Dude's out for 1 to 2 months. Anyways, Trey Murphy, $10 is fine. I mean, he could definitely return like $20 of value. He could also return like, I mean, I feel like he would be like a minimum, like an $8 player. So getting for 10 is you're drafting him at his floor. He has a higher ceiling, so that's good. All right, KPJ. I mean, he's fine. I like he kind of sucks, but he's also like expected to be the starting shooting guard or the starting point guard or whatever. So like he should get volume. Reed Shepard, I mean, Franklin leads out, so he could get volume. I do wonder how the rotation's going to look because like I felt like Reed Shepard last year after the preseason, I felt like he was kind of shitty. So we'll see if he's really used as a starting point guard or if they'll just kind of like do playmaking by committee. But he's solid. Paul George $1 is fine, bro. Fucking Bojan and and then as Colin said, Bucktooth Buddy healed. Got Klay Thompson, man. Keon Ellis and Bub Carrington, who I think is hurt for a bit. Bro, this is bad. I mean, Wimby and Ant alone are great bones, and then it's just and then Trey Murphy's like your only other good pick. I mean, maybe KPJ too. It's just rough. Paul George for $1 is fine, but honestly, on your team, I wouldn't want it because you need more depth. Like if you had a lot of like really solid, really consistent, like probably not going to be injured guys, Paul George for $1, sure, but you don't. You have LeBron who's going to be in and out of games. Even Wimby has some injury concerns with the blood clot. I mean, I don't think it'll happen again, but like you never know because sometimes people get a lot of blood clots depending on how it occurs. If it's like a genetic thing, um, or like I just so Paul George doesn't make sense on that team. I was initially thinking I wouldn't give any Fs, but bro, this is an F. I mean, I can't. How is this team gonna do anything? I don't know. All right, moving on. Here we go. Hong Kong long songs. Also, I just realized down here. All right. 71 for Giannis. I mean, to me that was too much, but given like if Luca is going, that was just the going rate at that time, and I think that's fine. I think that he is like the clear to me. He's the clear fifth best player of that top five, but then there's a massive tier break after him. So I'd rather spend 71 for Giannis than 60 for like Cade coming for than 58 for Ant. I think I'd rather have 71 for Giannis. I mean, maybe that's kind of close. I think that's both are really high for me. So hard to say, but I think 71 for Giannis is fine. Amon Thompson, I also like, dude, I'm shocked how high they projected him on ESPN. I think he's really good, and I think he'll be great. And especially actually with Giannis, he's like, ask Alex, bro, and ask who, hey man, trade with the Raw Dogs. You go and win a championship. Let it be known. But ask Alex how he felt having Amon Thompson on his team with Giannis, dude. They complement each other so well. I mean, he's just the thing is, Amon's just a great player. Is he really sucks at free throws, and he'll get you like pretty much every other stat. Um, Christian Brown for three. I mean, like I feel like he's a one, maybe $2 player. Um, but he's fine. I mean, he could be good. He could end up being decent. Who knows? Mobley. I think this is great value on Mobley. Zion, great value. Reeves, great value. I mean, like, yeah, these are people that like I think that I might have targeted if I didn't, have less money. I honestly probably should have, threw a little bit more on them, but um, so it is what it is. Then you got Josh Hart. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Josh Hart got hyped up so much, but maybe he's worth $5. I mean, they listed him as like an $8 or $10 player, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, he'll be fine. I feel like he won't play as much though with Tibbs gone, but I don't know. Oh yeah, John Morant for 7 is sucking the steal. I mean, yeah, that's great. Demar for Rosen, $5. Yeah, I mean that's what he's worth. I mean, he's probably worth a little bit more than that, but like at this point in the draft, like people were just going for $5. That's what it was. Julius Randle, pretty good. I mean, I'd be happy to have Randle. Um, Jalen Suggs. I mean, he's very injury prone, and there's questions about the rotation. I mean, just like they have so many, or like about not like he'll probably like if he's healthy, he's probably the starting point guard. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how much he's going to hold the ball because Franz and Powell are going to be probably holding a lot, and then the main shooter's going to be Dane. So you know what I mean. He'll probably be fine, but I think threes, yeah, that's probably about what he's worth. Nimhard, yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely good for $3. Monk, I don't really care about Monk. I don't know. I don't think he'll be all right. I feel like he's a waiver wire player. I mean, he was a waiver wire player last year, so maybe that's why I'm saying that. But I mean, like looking at these stats, I'm like, 17 points would be good if he actually gets it. But there's so many people on the Kings now. Don't know if he will. Is he really going to get like he's got there's Westbrook and other guards? Is he really going to get 5.3 assists? I don't know. 8 point. I feel like he's a streamer guy, but that's fine. I think this team overall is still pretty good. I think he definitely got some really good value, especially in this area. Like value, great value, great value, great value, great value, great value. in my opinion. And everyone got their, things. Mike really didn't want Randall. He said something about that. Also, fuck, I already I was on charge here. Overall, I would give this one. I think this is a B. It's a very solid B. Um, I mean, yeah. I think with comparison, I feel like it's if I mine is a B. I think I should. I'm not raising myself up to A minus for now. Because I feel like if this is a B, I do think this is a solid B. Like this is like the benchmark for a B, but I do feel like mine is projected a little bit better than just B plus in comparison. I think that makes sense. All right. Um, next on. All right, we got the ballers, the Askumite ballers. K to 58. I mean, I would prefer him over Ant, but I think I also think of them as I would have expected them to go for the same dollar value, and they did go for the same dollar value. I mean, we can sit here and look at it as he would go for 50. Actually, if he goes for 55 normally, shit. I mean, hey, that's good. I mean, I felt like he was. Those guys are now worth 55, but that's what they're saying. They're probably smarter than me. KD 46, very solid. What's he worth on here? I'm actually curious. 44. Yeah, the thing is KD is he'll give you was he actually top 10 last year in numbers? Let me see, per game. I don't know if this is actually top 10 last year in per game or top maybe I definitely top 20, but yeah, I think he's I would say, I mean, if I were to snake draft, I would expect KD to just be the 14th best player, but that's of course because we have so many guys out with high Tatum, Halliburton, shit like that. Um, but yeah, he's at least top 14, I think, and 46. I think given what was happening in the draft, that's really good. Lamelo, I mean, I had him at $30. Get him for 32 is not bad. It's the same thing of when is this guy gonna have a healthy season? And it fucking pissed me off last year when I traded for him. Paolo, great. I definitely love his value. Garland, good value. I mean, I was expecting him to go for 14, 15 if we if all things were normal in the draft. But I think at this point, yeah, $9 made sense because things were just going for lower because no one had money. Sar, I left him as listed as an $11 player, so $4 is great. I don't really know much about Duran. I think he's all right. I'm not even gonna go like yeah, he gets you boards. He doesn't really block a lot, and he's a center, so it's But OG's fine. I think $5 is what the max I would spend on him. I don't even think I would go that high for him personally, but I think that other people would, and that makes sense. Anthony Simons, I kind of wanted. Actually forgot he was in Boston though when I was drafting him. But yeah, I mean he should be good. Lowry, $3 definitely this is great value. I know Lowry's a fucking piece of shit, and last year he both barely played, and when he did play, he sucked. But he's still Lowry Markkinen. He still has that potential to be fucking good because he had 2 good seasons already. Um, I mean, once again, he probably won't play during your playoffs because they're going to be tanking. But Caruso, yeah, I mean he's fine. $1. I don't even know if I would have wanted to spend $1 on him, but he's fine. Quickly, $3, definitely good. Yeah. All right. Definitely, I would say this is a step below. Yeah, I think this is a B minus because I feel like it's below the long schlongs. I feel like it's a little bit better than the shaloms, which is a C minus. Maybe I should move that up to C. I don't know. I could see this being a C plus too. Okay, so my mind's telling me B minus, my heart's telling me C plus. Not, but in the interest of not being a hater, I'm gonna keep it at B minus. um, all right, all right. Hopefully my shit's recording still. Okay, bro, I feel bad for you, Jeff, bro, because the teams definitely well, like I said, we're gonna keep saying it. You didn't get scammed on any of these players. 54 for Trey Young when like K's going for 58 and all this shit. Like that's fine. 54 for Trey Young. I'm not mad at that at all. Dyson, I feel like that's his value. I feel like it's a little high, but that's like I think people like with like if we look here, let's go find Dyson Daniels. He's probably is he on the? Oh, I'm surprised he's not on the first page. The thing is though, like he might not be on the first page, but like it says 23. People are drafting him for 36. So like I don't think it's bad to get for 33, but I do think that is high. I would have not drafted him that high. I think I would have gone more like 27. But that's like, it's you're losing a little bit of money, but like that's not gonna kill you. Then Cat 53, I think is perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean he's just like in that tier of like a fringe like round one player, like top definitely top 12, in my opinion. So it's fine to get him for that, especially with the room being hot, as they say in the auction sphere. Jordan Poole for 17. I mean, that's more than I would have wanted to spend. He could hit that value. I think that's kind of like his ceiling. Like he might be worth 17, but I don't expect him to be worth more than that. And he could easily be worth more like 10. So of course I know that fucking is annoying when that happened. So that's why I feel bad. And Derek White 35 is perfectly fine, bro. In fact, like for your team, I think that's pretty good. Like he gets you, he has great free throw percentage. He's going to get a lot of free throws. He actually normally gets a decent amount, and especially with Tatum out, he would always get like 10 or some shit. Going to get great assists. Like this is definitely fine. It's just the fact that you have no, but like that's the whole thing is like none of these in isolation are bad, but all together losing budget at this point fucking sucks. And I know it's not your fault, which is why I feel so bad because it's annoying. But lessons learned. Bring a laptop next time, or fucking you had a laptop right next to you. Uh, Dante Di Cappuccino. I can't say the other one. Fucking yeah. I mean, for a dollar, he's probably worth more than a dollar. So it's nice that you got him there. Jaden McDaniels, yeah, worth a dollar maybe. It's kind of weird to have both, honestly. Maybe he'll be fine. But anyways, Norman Powell. I mean, like, yeah, $1 is fine. I know he got auto drafted, but like that's fine. D'Lo, yeah, $1. I mean, like he could be fucking shit, but I guess Kyrie's out for a while, so he could be at least decent. Tari Eason for $1, definitely good, definitely good. Ace Bailey. Then you got I remember you got Ace Bailey, and I was like happy because I kind of wanted to get Dylan Harper. Because I have Fox and I assume Dylan Harper is going to be decent while Fox is out. But that I saw Isaiah Collier and I was like, I think that like these two have a higher floor or ceiling or whatever. At least in the early when I needed a guard. But Dylan Harper, I'm definitely like I'd be excited to have him at the end of the draft. He could be good, he could not. I mean, he's a rookie, you never know, but he's definitely a good player. Ace Bailey should be good. I wish we got him in Washington. Hopefully Trey Johnson's also good, but I sound like Ace Bailey was a lot better. So sad he went one pick before us. Aaron Gordon, definitely good. I mean, he's a $1 guy. Makes sense. I mean, I would put yours. I think you're at around the same level as. Oh, you're good. As Colin's team. So I'll give you C minus. Actually, I think I'll put it at C minus. I think I'm gonna move Colin up to C. Uh, yeah. I mean, they're very similar in the like. I don't know. Well, anyways, like I look at them, I feel like they're around the same. But yeah, I'm gonna give C minus. I think that makes sense. Harlem Hamburgers. So let's see. I might move myself down after looking at this, but I think we're gonna be around the same power level, Mike. So let's see here. Um, Luca, I already talked about this. I think that's more than I wanted to spend on him. I would have gone up to like I think Luca, like I listed him at $59. I would have gone up to 68, maybe even 70. But yeah, 75 is just like given the room. Like if I if I saw Giannis go for 71 first, I would have gone up to like 71 as well. But like, yeah, I think he's to me he's better than Giannis. So, I'd do that. But 75 is too much in my opinion. Yet, as we see later, you get fucking value, crazy value later. Anthony Davis, 60, same thing, too much. I mean, when you look at what they go for, let me go back to the first page. Luka's probably going to be around in the 70s. Yeah, 72. So I feel like going above the average. To me, I feel like these top guys, their average was like I was like, whoa, that's kind of high. So going even above that, even though I know it's just the average, which so obviously people are drafting him above that anyways. To me, it felt like a lot. But you got him at 75, and it worked out for you. And then AD, yeah, like I feel like he was more of like in the 50s, like low 50s. Like honestly, I think I listed him as 45. I mean, obviously per game he's worth $60 definitely, but you're not gonna you got to worry about some things. Is he out? Does he have any injury tags at the start of the season? No, he's healthy. Okay, that's good. But yeah, um, and I think he's I don't know. Yeah, dude, the rotations are really weird. So I guess is he gonna run center and Flag would be power forward? But then what's happening with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively? I guess that's why no one drafted them. Because dude, what is yeah, their center rotation is crazy. So fucking such a big team. Oh my god. But yeah, Jaren, I think 27 is right at like I think that's a little bit of value on him. I think that he could have gone higher. Let's see what he goes for. I mean, yeah, but so they projected him at 29. Yeah, that's what it kind of makes sense for me. It's like I feel like the same way. I feel like I would project him for 29, but I would want to spend more like 26, 27 on him. Max, I think I listed him as a $27 player in mine. So seeing go for that was perfectly fine for me. I do think at that point people were getting value, so that can feel kind of weird. Like when you see everyone else going for cheaper than what they're valued at. So but you have to get Jared for pretty much what he's valued at pre-draft. But I still think it's perfectly fine, especially like he's a good like same idea as AD of like I mean AD is just like a giga version of him, good blocks. Um or Jaren will give you good blocks, good points, good threes, good free throw percentage, like for a center. So yeah, it's not bad at all. Zach Levine, I mean, I think he's worth $7, so I don't think this is a crazy steal when other steals were going on. But then we go into the realm of the steals. Denny Advia, bro, I had him listed at $24. You got him for 5. Peyton Pritchard, I feel like is like a 13, could be like a $13 play. You got him for 5. I really wanted him, but I knew that Mike wasn't gonna let it happen. Nas Reed, yeah, like Mike said, he's kind of like a stain. Like I feel like 2 is fine for him though, but he's definitely like not someone you're excited to draft. CJ McCollum, yeah, I think $3 is perfectly fine for him. Buzelis, I think is good value at $3. Um, Donovan Klingen, definitely good value at $4. Tabani Kamara, definitely good value at $2. VJ Edgecombe, $1. I mean, he's a rookie, so it makes sense to go for $1. And he's not like he's a non-Cooper Flag rookie, so they're all going to go for like around $1. But I think he definitely has good potential. Only thing that worries me is like when they have a lot of shooting guard depth in the Sixers, so that does worry me a bit, but it's fine. Nick Claxton for $2 is good. I think not to sound biased, I do think that this is like just like a half step below my team, so I think I'm gonna go B plus with you. But that's also, of course, like that's dude. If you want to trade Luka Doncic, let me know. No, that's just like I don't really like. I'm basing these just off vibes. Like I'm not super high on my team or anything. Like so I don't think I'm super biased. In fact, coming into this, in my mind, I felt like your team was at the same level, if not better. I think looking at the names again, I think it's still really good. But I think B plus just makes sense. That being said, like Denny, like I feel like you have some really good values, and then just some like guys that went standard, like Zach Levine, at a time when other things were going for value. Um, so it's a weird mix. And then of course these two who I feel like were paid above value, but it makes sense because you gotta if you want good players, you gotta pay good money. Um, as we all found out. I think that B plus is a good ranking, and also I think if we do it like this, it is actually exactly a tier list, which is fun. So we got A plus, Bangkok Banana. So yeah, I think I have Alex as favorites to win. It's tough to say though because I do feel like Alex and Brad are like I'm giving Alex the A plus, but that's too two cheeks of the same handsome Squidward. Or like that is, that's a some good teams right there. Um, and then yeah, I would put mine as the third best team. I think that makes sense. And then Mike is fourth. I think that's to me that's like the most clear. I think there's a little bit of a break, a very small I think these are separated by half steps. And then after Mike, I think it's a full step to Matt, if that makes sense. So that actually makes me a little bit excited for how the brackets ended up, or the East West. So then and then like yeah, after Matt, I would go Biz. I think Biz has a pretty solid team. Um, I think this is the best team that Biz has had while I've been in the league. Maybe my first year, Biz had a really good team, but I think this is actually a pretty solid team for Biz. Um, then we got, I mean, so yeah, as you can see, there's a definitely like now. I think after Biz, there's either like a two step, probably like a two-step drop. You know what I mean? Down to this, maybe a step and a half, but I would say two steps down. I don't know, step and a half sounds right too. Either one to call him. Um, and looking at this again, just to be sure. Yeah, I would say like a step and a half, two steps, and then like another, after that point, probably a half step down to El Jefe. Yamav's another half step down, and then fucking monstrosity right here. Never thought I'd see a Victor Wembanyama team look so bad. But hey, you never know. I mean, if this motherfucker Colin or Bianco gets fucking crazy, like for all we know, Derrick Rose is about to join back on the Grizzlies. John Morant's gonna get injured, and suddenly Derrick Rose is a fucking triple double machine out of nowhere. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Um, let's see if I can make how am I gonna do it? But so what's tough next? So regular season standings, I guess we'll just go um West, East. All right. I mean, I'm gonna go in the West. I am listed first. Then Mike. Who else is in the West? Let me go back to League. Where the fuck? Why am I? Did I just click on League? Okay, full standings. There we go. Why is the East on the fucking left? That's stupid. All right. Anyways, then yeah, Long Schlong's Ballers. Yeah, Matt, Biz, Bizrat, and we got El Jefe, right? Then we got Alex. I mean, this is definitely gonna be close. Like Mike said, having these two in the same division is definitely it definitely saved our division because if it was Brad in here, bro, bro, that would have been fucking horrible. All right, though. Um, yeah, Alex, Brad. Who do I have next? Is Colin. That's crazy. The fact that it goes from Alex, Brad, the two best teams, to I'm not gonna say that. It's okay. Colin. Is it Colin next, or am I missing someone? One second. No, it is Colin next. Yeah, Colin, Calvin, and I might shit. Actually, do I want to switch Colin and Calvin? I think these teams are very close. I feel like I shouldn't have. I should get the C minus. I think so. Let me move that up, but I'll just keep it as is for now. Honestly, I could definitely see Calvin Seen being pretty decent. I think I just really did not like the Sabonis one, and since this was the third team I didn't, I guess I was I don't know. I really didn't like Sabonis, whereas I didn't like Jokic for that price either. But it's the best player in the league, so I think I have a little bit more understanding for it. Steph Curry though 60 is crazy. I just think that Colin did a really good job later getting value. But you got Maxey, you got Embiid who could actually be pretty solid. Honestly, I could totally see. Yeah, I don't know. kind of could see it switching. I don't know. That's tough. And well, this is not easy. Or this is not hard. Bianco. These two definitely like. I wonder if I could highlight them for like. But yeah, and then I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Um, then also between Jeff and Calvin, who's 8? That I don't know. I'll put it at Jeff now since I had initially listed him higher. Honestly, I don't. I'm gonna do this. Sorry, Jeff. Um, yeah, I think Calvin has a decent team now that I'm looking at it. Like, I don't know. Like when I first looked at it, really didn't like it. I think I'm starting to come around a little bit on it, honestly. And that's just how Calvin is, you know. He's gonna get some streams in. They're gonna fix it up, and then somehow Jeff's gonna make playoffs anyways and fuck me up. I guess you know such is the prophecy. But yeah, then we got bro Bianco. If you are anything but 10th place, you're the luckiest motherfucker on this planet. I I don't understand how your team will be anything better than 10th. All right, and then going into playoffs, so then that'll make the brackets. I mean, even though Brad's a second, I would be the 2 seed in this scenario. So how do I do that? How am I gonna or whatever? I'll just do how do I let me do outlines. Oh no, it's fine. All right, starting the bracket down here, we got Alex with the bye. We got the next is the 3-4 team, right? No, next is the 4-5. So we got Mike and Matt. All right. Yeah, also why Calvin might be higher. He's got 2 guys I think he can more easily beat than Jeff does. But anyways, and then we got next is the 3-4. So no, well, but I'm not 3 in this scenario because of the East-West shit. Brad, and then sorry, 3-6 and Bizrat, and then Thomas 2 and 7 all in. Oh, that would be really fun to not call it out. All right. Then we got Alex. I mean, I'm gonna go with Mike, but you know, anything can happen, obviously. Maybe like that. That's the format. Does that make sense? Oh wait. That's right. There's only 2 rounds now, and then I will go, of course, Brad, Thomas. How does seeding work? I'd assume that Brad is the higher seed if he wins more, and this, like, I would get the bye, but he'd still be the higher seed, right? Or does it not work like that? Because if not, then that's kind of fucked up. The only thing, I guess, like, I feel like I have more competition, so if we were like close in standings, yeah, I would feel like annoyed or not, not annoyed, but like that could make sense because of the competition of the division. But like if Brad's a higher win, does he get the higher seed? I don't really know. I wonder if there's any precedent for this. Anyways, actually, yeah, I think it is me. Okay, I'm only doing this because I think it does put whoever's number 1 in the division as the second seed. So I think it would be like that, which is, I will say, annoying for only specifically for this purpose because it is the whole tiebreaker, right? Um, then we got championship. I mean, if we just go by rankings, it would obviously be Alex Brad, but I mean, it's kind of hard to predict something else. But hey, you do. I mean, like anything could happen. Um, that's why this shit was. I like. That's why it's so crazy that last year I actually got it somewhat correct because like people like shit happens and injuries happen. All right, who's more injury prone in the? I'm just gonna base this off of who has the more injury prone team. I think typically a very healthy team. I know Jalen was injured, and fucking taking my Jalen's. I wanted my Jalen team. Shingun had a bad injury, but it should be fine. I think. Uh, maybe a little injury prone. I don't know. Tarden definitely injury prone. Bane. I can't tell you. I don't know if Bane is injury prone or if it was just the fucking Grizzlies being the stupid fucking Grizzlies last year and the year before. But yeah, yeah, very injury prone Brad's team, but also Brad's team is not very tanking prone. Like he's got, of course, like John Collins. John Collins is probably. Oh, he's on the Clippers. Sorry, he's not in Utah. But yeah, Cam Thomas, obviously, might not play at that point. But like, that's like the only guy. Oh, and Walker Kessler, I think, unless he hits fucking three threes. But he probably won't be too much of a factor in the playoffs, given Utah's track record. Fuck you, Jeff. And yeah, I think Brad has more shit. I wanted to well, the thing is I wanted to put Brad as in the championships though, because I feel like this is kind of his year. So I'm gonna do that. But I also like when I was initially gonna set out to do that injury proneness, I was like I definitely feel like there's a good chance that Brad's team gets somewhat injured or is taking a bit. Yeah, I think he's got a little bit. I think at this point he's the most prone to that in the remaining four. Where's Mike's team again? Hamburgers. Yeah, I mean like Pritchard. I mean, they might be tanking, but I don't think they're gonna bench fucking Pritchard. In fact, he might be gaining from that. Honestly, who knows by that time? These guys. I mean, yeah, these guys should all be in contention. So I think that Mike's team is not, except for not this guy. And VJ comes over. Okay, they're not going to sit him. Yeah, I think Mike's a very like tanking slash, um, injury luck. I mean, other than his top guys are, I guess, have some injury concern, but yeah, I think Mike's very solid. I'm going to say Mike here, which feels weird because I put him Alex as the best team, but you know what? Like obviously, if I was putting money on it, I would put Alex to make the championship. But that's what happens at brackets. There's upsets. Honestly, I should I make an upset somewhere else? No, definitely not. Biz could upset. I don't think it would happen, but Biz could upset. So it's like the two that I think could upset. Well, obviously Alex can't get upset because he's in a bye. But the two that I feel like could get upset here are, I feel like Matt could upset and Biz could upset. But those are the two people. But then their opponents, Mike and Brad, are the two I have in the championship. So I don't want to do that. Or just do it. It's mostly chalk with one upset. That's fine. Technically, too, because of this, I could totally see myself winning this. I could totally see Brad winning this. I think it depends a lot on injury luck. I think Brad has the better team. I'm not saying anything otherwise. I think that if it does give me the higher seed for that reason, for the whole like conference thing, which also that's just still assuming that I get there. Yeah. That being said, looking at my team, like Brown could be tanking. J Dub, I don't think the Thunder are going to be as dominant this year, but if they are as dominant, then he could be resting. I think Siakam will play still. Scotty Barnes could definitely be resting and tanking. Like that's definitely a real possibility. People should be playing. Bam should be playing. I mean, like they could be. I don't think they would. I don't think the Heat's the type of people to like really rest and tank. So I think Bam should play. Vooch, I have no idea what's going to happen with him. I mean, I got him at a great value, but I could totally see him getting like traded away or some shit too. So who knows? Fox should be playing. Hero should be playing. These guys, I mean, who knows if they'll even be on my team, but at least Cam Johnson should be playing. Um, so I actually, similar to Brad, I think I actually have a little bit more risk in my team for the playoffs. But yeah, I think I like it. Then did I do Mike's risk? Yeah, and I did Alex's risk, right? Okay, so yeah, there's that. I think that this is, I guess, the prediction. There you go. Yeah, I think this is makes sense. All right, thoughts on the draft. I have no idea how long. Okay, so I started like 9. Oh God, I've already been doing it over an hour. All right. Yeah, this was a learning experience. I mean, it annoys me that there's not really mock drafts that you can get into for auction because definitely, I mean, it makes sense because they take way more time, but a lot of things that happened that were like crazy and we were not ready for. Let me drink some water. Give me one sec. I felt like if I personally could do it again, I would have waited a bit. I think a bit more before. Like, well, no, I think I was fine getting like Jalen Brown for a value and Jada for a value and Miles Turner for a value. It was the Siakam one that, while I don't think I overpaid egregiously, I think I didn't need him. At that point, it probably would have made sense to like wait a bit and see what else was there. But I personally was like anxious at that point about like trying to make sure I got good players. But it was kind of like this. I definitely got these guys for a lot of good value, but definitely I wish I had like $32 more to spend later on. Same with Scotty. I think if I could have, I think Scotty's really good, but there's concerns there with Toronto and shit. So I didn't really mean to get him at 25. It just kind of happened, and I definitely think he's worth more than that. So I'm fine with it, but that's how I feel about it. I wish I also kind of part of me wishes that I definitely wish I had gone harder for Booker, especially because it would just I just it's kind of one thing I don't like about the auction, at least the way I did it, is I don't have a star player. You know what I mean? Um, I have maybe a couple all stars, but not a star player that I'm going to be like really excited to like watch and look at their stats every single day. That's the one big negative I think about this is that you don't get like you don't you're not guaranteed to get a well technically you can guarantee a round one player, but you might have to spend a lot more than you're willing, and I was not gonna. um, so that's one thing I didn't like about it. Like I really like part of what I wanted for auction is I actually like really wanted Wembanyama. I didn't realize he would go that much, and part of me wanting to do auction in general was like, okay, I can guarantee that I get Wembanyama. But then when I see him going for that high, I'm like, oh fuck, I guess I can't, or I don't want to like, I'm not willing to go that high, and so I was a little blown to see. I was joking, obviously joking when I said, can we switch to Snake? I like my position, but I was definitely very blown when I saw Colin first and me second, because like, damn it, I would have had Wimby. That's the guy I wanted, you know. So that blew me. But anyways, yeah, that's it's just so weird because you got people with like two like round one players, and then you got people with none. Me and I think Booker is definitely a round one player. So actually, he's got. I think am I the only one with no like round one player? Um, yes, but that's if you count Sabonis as a round one player. I don't personally don't count him as a round one player, but I do think that Calvin would have drafted him in the round one. So like I'm the only one without a round one player, which is kind of crazy. And I knew that this was I just knew that like when I was listening to like what the auction strategies are, which are, stars and scrubs versus um what's it called? Balance. I knew that I was just gonna end up being balanced because even though I really wanted some higher guys, I'm the type of guy that really likes to get value. Like I don't mind spending extra money on shit if it's like value. You know what I mean? Like in real life, I'm talking about. So I felt like I knew that if I was gonna, do my Jew ways and try to get some value, that I would ultimately end up going with a balanced build. And that kind of blows me because it is really fun to have a 1A guy, like a Wimby, a Luca, a Shea, a Cade, a Trey Young, It's really fun to have those guys. So I'm a little bit sad to not. But maybe I'll be wrong though. Maybe it'll also be fun when I see fucking five guys getting great stats. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm wrong on that, but it's definitely like that's what I feel sad about. But the positive, the draft itself was way more fun. I wish that I wish that Jeff didn't get screwed over, and I wish that Biaro could have been here because definitely like the auto draft definitely fucked some shit up. I don't think like I don't think it really messed me up too much, but honestly, I wonder, like, because I don't know who I wasn't really seeing who I was bidding against. I do wonder if, like, when I was bidding against Scotty, if it was the auto draft bidding it up a bit, or if it was someone else bidding it up a bit. I don't really remember. Like it was Siakam knows Calvin, but like I don't really know who was bidding against me. So it kind of blows, right? If it's like what if I could have got someone for like $20 instead of 25, but the auto draft built it up? What if Shea could have gone for like 70, but the auto draft was making him, was increasing the value for some reason. You know what I mean? Luca, what if he could have gone for like 65 and then the auto draft? Well, I mean, other people were bidding on him too, but like actually, I think it was Matt and Mike mainly. But yeah, definitely the auto draft impacts it way more than it impacts the snake. So that was kind of wild. Jeff, I still don't really understand. Like, I guess it must have just like put you on auto draft for certain times. It was just crazy that it just does that if you close your phone. That's really annoying. That should be a feature you can turn off or something. But hey, live and learn. Next year, laptop. Um, Other than that, no one else really got screwed over by anything weird. Like there was annoying times. I know I'm not the only one, especially the people on the phone who were like lagging. You guys had it even rougher with the like trying to bid and like not having it go through. So I feel bad for you guys too. Um, but I think it's worth it. Like I think it's more fun. I just am sad that I didn't get Wimby, and that's who I wanted. And I actually to see that I could have got him if it was a stake definitely made me sad. But it's okay. Um, I think I was also like in my feelings a bit after when I was talking to Mike. I was like, "Damn, you got so much value," but like also looking at it holistically, I think like a lot of people got some good. Like we have like having four teams as like in this close. I think is not something that would typically happen in a snake. Because I also feel like the next teams are still pretty balanced. I mean, I do feel like there's a teardrop there, but like I think that in these two, so like the top six are still like I could see any of the top six winning the championship. Um, I would expect it to be someone in my top four, but I could totally see anyone in the top six winning, and that's kind of cool to see. And even then, like if I don't like Collins' team that much because he spent too much on Jokic, he still actually ended up getting like some crazy value later, so it balances out. That's what I'm realizing is that a lot of it balances out. So like next year, I might honestly be more inclined to go ahead and get my guy. I'm not sure, or if I did it again, I mean, like obviously I wouldn't spend this much, but if it goes for a lot lower, I definitely might be more inclined to put my hat in the ring for a more expensive guy. Whereas this year, I it definitely balance seemed like the move. I mean, uh, yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, it's got its positive and negatives. The fact that you it's so nice that you can just choose your strategy and go with it, or like react, of course, But it also is like sad to at least it's I guess it's just in my case, but it's sad to like not have like a if you do go the balance build, if anyone does the fully balanced build next year, it feels kind of weird looking at your team and being like, huh, where the fuck is my number one guy? Like who even is my number one guy? Like I spent the most on Siakam. I don't even know if he'll be the number one guy. So like it's kind of weird. Um, all right, I don't need to ramble too much. I think we're all kind of in agreement that I think a lot of us think it was more fun, but like definitely there's some kinks to work out, and there's way less guardrails, which is a little interesting. But yeah, I mean, but when you think about like how good the teams look last year that had Wemby and Jokic, it's like, bro, they're well, the Jokic team. like if you think about like if you look at the players on college team last year, he had Jokic and then like a bunch of I call it like Yako's team, bro, and then they still were like a decent team. So the fact that this just balances out so much more because like the fact that he had to spend that much on Jokic means that he can't like he'll have probably a similar thing of like Jokic and Steph and then like some guys who are still like pretty decent but nothing crazy because like if I had Wimby at pick two and then I don't know what their like let's say like let's look at their Yahoo's standard like if I had Wimby at pick two and then I got like let's say like D Mitch fell to me or something. Like that'd be crazy if I got like any of these, especially these two, be really fucking good. Like Tyrese Maxey would have been great if he fell. Then it's just like you're looking at the team and you're like, I got Wimby giving me like 4 to 5 blocks, and also like giving me pretty much every other stat, and then like all this other shit. Like if I got and then I get maybe I have a Jalen Johnson too or something, and you're just looking at it like, holy shit, this team is so broken now. But then when you have to, but if you have to spend instead of just spending a first round pick, you have to spend $87 on Wimby. It's like okay, I don't really have a lot of money to get anyone else, and I definitely think it's the better way. I wish I could rationalize in my brain spending that much money on a player because it'd be fucking fun to have Wimby, but yeah. Anyways, I think that's good enough. I think you guys get the gist. It's a long ass video, unfortunately, but I'll see you guys later. Have a good season. Oh wait, let me just look at the real quick before I go. Let me open up Discord and too much sauce. Bro, I'm telling you, we don't talk about this enough last year. We don't talk about this enough. That long strong is right there. Oh wait. I just realized. I think I no. Why did I? No, we okay, let's not talk about this. For some reason, I always forgot that I always get them that. Anyways, UDBC. I don't know why I said I was thinking that I had the Bangkok bananas up here. Where's Bangkok bananas? Nanners is 4, yeah, it is BBC. Oopsies. I guess I did get that wrong. I don't know why I thought that I had Alex in them. Anyways, whoopsies. Let's not talk about that. Is there anything else I wanted to do? No, I don't think I did anything last year that I didn't do this year. So let's see. Oh yeah, here are the rankings based on this. I mean, like having one on ESPN doesn't really matter. Like last year, I'm pretty sure Colin had the number one projected standing, and we know how that ended up. But it shows who got value based on ESPN standards, but it does not show who got value based on like real world what the actual standings going to or values are going to be. All right, that's it. Bye.